What's going on, beautiful people? SuperCliff here, and thanks for tuning in. Alright, so I want to kind of spread some knowledge about myself. Here we go. Superman is my favorite DC superhero. From the Superman animated series on WB Kids, the Justice League series, action figures, toys, t-shirts, the Six Flags roller coaster, even the N64 game. Ew. But still, he's the guy who I want to be when I grow up. And I've never, besides the Richard Donner Superman, by the way, it's been 40 years since that movie came out, so woohoo. Anyways, though that movie is a work of cinema art, it doesn't really hold up as well than it did back then. The technology we have working on these movies today surpasses that immensely. Ever since we got in Man of Steel, I've been somewhat disappointed more each time I watch the movie, so I'm here to fix the situation. I'm going to be the hero in which the Superman franchise doesn't deserve, but needs. Shout out to Chris Nolan. Whoop whoop. So, I'm going to use Man of Steel as the template, basically restructuring it, and in turn, mining it into gold. Alright, here we go. First, the title, which we keep because that title's amazing and it just sounds edgy. It gives that flavor of Stone Cold Steve Austin, so that stays. Also, yeah, let's not make it look so goddamn gray, because here's what you do. Warner Brothers, you have your filmmakers working on the film, read Superman for All Seasons, because that book, my friends, looks absolutely sexy. It's pure art. It's what it is. It's better than the Mona Lisa. What more can I say? The panel where John Kent and Clark are just staring off across the Smallville meadow landscape. It's, Bjarne Henson, you, sir, are a wizard. Good on you. Now, let's talk about the cast. We definitely keep Henry Cavill. I don't know about you guys, but that chin he has, yeah, it just screams, I am Superman. So, dare I say more. Now, whenever you have to OxyClean hot trash, sometimes you have to make sacrifices. It's just the way of the world, people. Therefore, we replace Amy Adams as Lois Lane. I'm sorry, girl. You just ain't no Lois Lane. You just don't have that vibe, girl. So we replace her with Anna Hathaway. Dun dun dun. Yes, I 100% mean that. One, Anna Hathaway is super energetic on screen. She has a very unique spice to her. Very lively. Two, both Henry and Anna are around the same age. So that makes sense. Now, let's discuss the villain. In Man of Steel, the villain was General Zod. I think that's way too early to introduce a villain who is essentially a copycat of Superman. Therefore, we use Superman's arch nemesis, Lex Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg. Hell no. And that's why I suggest the actor who played Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones. And I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly because I'm going to butcher it, because that dude can play a psychopathic monster. He is the worst TV character I've ever seen. Dude's a horrible, horrible person. He can play an evil, psychotic ass. And that's who Lex Luthor is. He's an ass. Have this guy play him. Just shave his head. It's all you gotta do. He can do it. He's a great actor. He's scary as hell. Now, I love me some Russell Crowe, but honestly, that whole sequence in the beginning of Man of Steel, the 15-minute battle of Krypton, yeah, you don't need it. You can actually kind of not have that and use that 15 minutes to build on more Clark's story. Also, Alec Baldwin as Perry White. That's just perfect casting. Come on. Now, whenever your movie features the Daily Planet, everyone needs a Jimmy Olsen in the office. That's why Rupert Grint is the perfect choice. He's got red hair, he's a good actor, he looks young enough, he also acts scared a lot because he's also scared of spiders in Harry Potter, so it makes sense. Now, one of the things I liked about Man of Steel is the whole origin telling done by present to flashback sequences, especially when we get those scenes where Pa Kent and Clark are talking, and even though the whole context of what those two were talking about in those scenes I didn't find touching nor interesting, it's the idea and the concept, if done correctly, can really shine within the movie. And I love Kevin Costner. I think he's a great actor, but he just looks too young. He looks like he's 40. Pa Kent looks kind of old. So that's why I say we cast Richard Jenkins from Step Brothers, The Shape of Water. He's been in a bunch of other stuff. But personally, I think he's a very underrated actor, and I think he has a lot of potential to do a really great job within this role. Now, for Ma Kent, honestly, I don't mind the current actress who plays her right now. I guess the only critique I would make is just have her wear glasses a lot. Now that we have the whole cast all set, let's move on to the whole technical aspect of the movie. And I would say the person who should helm this movie, Chris McQuarrie, because Chris McQuarrie already has a good enough rapport with Henry Cavill. Also, he directed the recent Mission Impossible Fallout, which was amazing. The action in that movie was so good. And he's also written a ton of screenplays, including The Unusual Suspects, Edge of Tomorrow, underrated, definitely watch it, and even directed and wrote the previous Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation. And rumor has it that he already has a Superman sequel written. Dude knows what he's doing. So I have full confidence in his ability to direct a fantastic Superman movie. Now, the person who should be in charge of cinematography is the one and only, the best of the best, Roger Deakins. I mean, have you guys seen Blade Runner 2049, Sicario, Prisoners, Arrival, even Big Lebowski? I mean, this dude just knows visuals. He just knows it. And imagine a Superman movie with great shots. Oh, my head's just melting just thinking about it. Now, I love Hans Zimmer. However, I don't think he is fantastical enough for a Superman movie. Therefore, we get the one and only John Williams. Come on. I mean, really, it's John Williams. And that, my friends, is how you set up a magical and majestic Superman movie. Warner Brothers, take note. And that wraps up today's video. If you guys like my content, please hit that subscribe button, as well as hit the bell symbol, so that the world of comics is never missed out. Peace, guys.